Wednesday, March the 31st, almost 7 months to the day since my inauspicious last video up in Rutland, and here we are once again about to undertake a local 7-miler or thereabouts around the village of Datchworth in central Hertfordshire. Pleased to say that the ankle is recovering nicely. Obviously some of you will know that I was involved in a bike accident, cycle, and ended up with a broken ankle. That's now on the mend, but the case around that is still ongoing, and I've an independent medical to undergo. But I couldn't afford to miss another spring. So now Boris has given us some freedom as of Monday. I'm doing a local walk, and it'll probably be the case for the next few walks around, as I say, Datchworth in this case. It's a bit of a grey day, but that doesn't alter my mindset any. It's just good to be out again and walking and doing exactly what I used to do 7 months back, because I was very lucky to get out of that accident, I can tell you. So be careful when out on your cycle, and please wear a helmet. That saved my skull for sure. Let's press on. It's about 1:30. Be about, what, 3 hours I guess to do this. I have been doing some 5-milers nearer where I live, so I should be okay fitness wise. It's just a case of building up now. Today's walk is courtesy of North Herts Ramblers group again, and would ordinarily start in Burnham Green. So it's their walk 328, Burnham Green Circular. But for logistical reasons I'm starting it in Datchworth Green. And as you can hear, plenty of birdsong at this time of year, which is why I just had to get out and start the recordings again. Of course, COVID restricting. So we're now on the official route at this restricted byway. And this is what spring's all about, which is why it's my favourite time of year. I think these are celandines. Miss the aconites. I believe these are celandines. Passing by Datchworth Green, and of course with COVID restrictions still on, there's a lot more people around at the moment, midweek. Hopefully the paths won't be too busy today, but I suspect they will be. Decent village sign. Passing the posh Tilbury pub. Now there's no signage on this footpath that I'm about, or a bridleway actually, byway even, that I'm about to follow, but it's opposite Hawkins Hall Lane. And there's actually a farmer down there at the minute, so that's good. Take that back, it's well hidden in this bramble, about 25 yards in from the road, which incidentally you have to walk alongside. There's no footpath, so you have to do some road walking for about 150 metres there. Sorry, not metres, yards, let's get it right. Good to see a new plantation of trees being grown here. Something I've been involved with a little bit during lockdown. The Green Party actually are able to provide free trees, all British natives as well, and hedging. Regular viewers will know how I go on about hedging, so I'm trying to get some more hedging laid up in our village. It's not easy. Although the trees are there and free, landowners don't seem to be interested, which is very odd. So there you go. During lockdown there's been plenty of this going on, I'm sure. Asbestos dumped here. We'll report it on Pathwatch. Lots of non-native daffodils around, I notice, which although enlightening to the countryside, don't do much for the biodiversity, being non-natives. So just at the edge of this woodland, take a right here. That, by contrast, being smaller and with the darker centrepiece, forget what you call that, looks like a native. And incidentally, I'm still using my old trusty Panasonic. I did think about replacing it during lockdown, but I haven't yet because I want to see if I can manage the longer distances before investing approximately 400 quid for a new camera. Also, I wasn't sure how the ankle would bear up, and of course you can't get one anyway at the moment, probably stuck on that evergreen vessel that got stuck in the Suez. Now, the old chiff chaff's here, been here for about 6 weeks now. First one I heard was at the end of February. Sounds like a great tit up there. They've been pretty noisy over the last month, but they die down around about this time as nesting is underway. We now turn left here through this gap in the hedge. So although the horses are still out and about, and have been all the time, certainly up our way I haven't seen the small bullocks come out yet. I think it's to do with the number of people still wandering around the footpaths, I don't know. Passing the Horns pub, which is in Balls Green. Onward journey for us is down Coltsfoot Lane. Looks like they're preparing for the reopening in a couple of weeks' time, putting plenty of tables outside because they'll only be able to serve external drinks, etc. What a life we're living, eh? 1 year plus. Decent bit of country lane walking. It's decent today because I say there's so much birdsong going on. Robins, great tits, blue tits, all the regulars. Got a few llamas over there, or are they alpacas? Can never remember. Passing Coltsfoot Country Retreat. Now following this finger post to Burnham Green as the blackthorn starts to come out. Nay cast a clout till the May is out. Decent enough vista for central Hertfordshire. Mind you, this is one of the most expensive pockets within Hertfordshire, and again I emphasise that word pocket. This is very close to Chewing Wood, home of the Hamilton family, or certainly was. It was meant to be pretty sunny this afternoon, don't know what's happened to the sun. Overcast, but very mild for the end of March. And March is certainly not going out like a lion, as I was expecting. Came in like a lamb, so that old adage seems to be up the chute. Got the old buzzard there, mewing. Certainly was a minute ago. There he is. Classical position. Exposed branch. Once again, very good to see new hedgerow being grown here. Brilliant. Hopefully we'll see a lot more of this now we're out of Europe and constricted by their common agricultural policy. Some nice periwinkle there. Which is alongside the white horse, which I filmed on a previous occasion, also getting ready for the reopening. Now this green at Burnham Green is where I intend having my lunch, on one of those pews over there. Interestingly, in the middle of the village green you've got this trig point, and I do know that today's high point is about 434 feet, low point of about 250, so it's not that variable and not very high either. So we'll take this one here commemorating Alan Albie Thomason, who died in 2014, quite young as well, born in 51. God rest your soul. Right, just gone 3, leaving Burnham Green behind us. Very twee little place. Now taking this path just off the road through this hedge to Harmer Green. Looks like a new bit of fencing's gone up here, probably during COVID, to keep the horses away from the public, because there is signage, obviously predated now, indicating to keep away from the horses, particularly with dogs. Some kind of working horse by the looks of it, a mini shire. And yet more hedging. Native hawthorn. I am liking this. Let there be more. Looks like this section, which is the path down to Digswell, could be a quagmire after rain. It's a bit of a mess even now, and this is days after rain. And of course we know the reason why from these hoof prints. I've had a couple of encounters with horses using footpaths, albeit this is a bridle way, but they're using footpaths up my way, taking it up with the local authority. Well, here we are, looking over Welling Garden City. Great tit calling in the distance. And from another angle, and this part of the walk we've done previously on both a time out walk many years ago, and more recently another North Herts Ramblers walk, as you'll notice when we go under Digswell Viaduct, if that is still possible, because they were just about to start work on it when I was last there a couple of months back. Well, it must be nearly a year now actually. So that's Digswell Viaduct coming into view, which we will go under shortly. So as I said earlier, did record this sometime last year, Welling Viaduct, and I noticed after I spoke to the horse lady last year that they've still got the bollards in the road. She was going to have problems getting feed to her horses. Wonder what happened to that. This view is not actually on the route, but I've diverted slightly. Passing the Cowper Arms. Then shortly in front of us is the railway line. So having just left a residential area called the Warren behind me, we now enter a young mixed woodland area. With some lovely primroses here. One of the air shafts for the Welling North Tunnel, Great North Eastern Railway, runs underneath us here. And this is actually Lockley's Wood. You get a good shot of the tunnel there, and you'll notice that the track is shrunken down to 2 lines here. Normally it's 4, but here and across the viaduct is why they always have bottlenecks on the GNER. Obviously 4 into 2 doesn't go too easily anyway. Great bit of Victorian engineering there. I've often gone through that, but this is my first time looking down on it. Brilliant. There is a date on that tunnel, 1850 something, but I couldn't get it in focus. Too many trees in front of me. Pretty decent section of the walk this, I must say. Notice the chalk around, plenty of that. So amongst the celandines here, it looks like thereafter the ransoms will be up. There's a bird up there I don't recognise. That noise. If anyone knows what that is, let me know. Nuthatch? Dunno. I don't think it's a nuthatch. Well, I've just seen it, and it was indeed a nuthatch. If anyone knows what these white flowers are, again, let me know, because I don't. Star of something. And another new plantation. It's been a good day for seeing new growth, new plantations. Now walking through Harmer Greenwood, native mixed woodland, Scots pine, birch. What else we got in here? Oak. And plenty of mud after rain by the looks of it. Lovely smell of pine here after these fresh cuttings. The old blackbird's starting to sing in the background along with the robin there. And hopefully, oh God, not the parakeets up here. Yep. I was going to say hopefully there'll be a lark, not a lark, a thrush, song thrush soon. So, leaving Harmer Greenwood behind us. Approaching a nursery ahead. Eco one by the looks of the roof. There's a nursery over there on my right. At this juncture, we take a sharp left. So there you go, out in the middle of nowhere. You never know what's underfoot. Jay in the background. This is Barnes Wood on my right, where the jays are. Harmer Greenwood on my left still. Looks like once upon a time the path used to be on the other side of the fence there. It's now on the very edge of the field now. So that's why there's footpaths within that woodland there. It's actually a private estate for the scouts. Fair enough. Another one of those lightning struck. It's either an ash or an oak, can't tell from here. Probably an oak. Skylark's just taken off over there somewhere. Dropped again, hence no song, just as I go to record it. Pretty decent view here from about 105 metres. 330 odd feet. Do wish the OS had switched back to feet again. Interesting street name. And we're now back on the byway I was on earlier, leading into Datchworth. So here we are, just gone 5 o'clock. Can't remember when I started, and one of the things that packed up halfway round was my GPS, so I don't know how far I've walked exactly or how long it's taken me, but I'd say it was around 3 hours. Anyway, officially it's 7 miles, so it's good to be back. Sun didn't appear much today, but hey ho. As I say, main thing is that I'm back in business, still here to tell the tale as well. So hopefully henceforth now we'll be able to build slowly up, although the ankle does ache a little bit. When I have my independent medical for insurance purposes, I'm going to ask them to have another look at that, make sure the unification has taken place properly and effectively. That's certainly what the NHS tell me, but let's see what a private individual says. Anyway, hope you're all keeping well, and until the next time. I just must add this PS because a new record has been set for me. I have just seen my first swallow. Absolutely amazing, the 31st of March, and the swallows are here, or certainly one is. And as you can hear in the background now, the old song thrush is busy singing. There you go. So until the next time, summer's looking good already, eh?